Welcome everybody to Rob's MetalWorks. We are here tonight at the historic Aztec Theatre to welcome back a band who's had a long-standing relationship with the Alamo City. Yes, brings me great pleasure to welcome the man, Michael Wilton of Queensrÿche, to the program. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. It's good to be here. Yeah.
So great to have you back in our city. You know, people love Queensryche here in San Antonio, and to see you guys tonight in this historic place is going to be awesome. So welcome, and lots to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's always great, like you said, for us to be here in San Antonio. We have, great history here. This is, the place that made Queensryche really big, and it's really special for us to come to San Antonio.
Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Lots of exciting things to talk about. And I think first and foremost, obviously, it all begins with the music. You guys just dropped at the beginning of this month, The Verdict, and it has received such huge acclaim. Like, I think people were saying, like, eventually, like, slowly but surely, Queensryche was going back to the early days, but it seems like you guys really hit the mark with The Verdict. How rewarding and satisfying is it for you now as you sit here at this part of your career to be getting a lot of that attention and acclaim again?
Well, I mean, we're obviously very thankful just for the career, but this is kind of the natural evolution for Queensryche. We're at this point now where things are going great for us. The band is really solidified, and The Verdict was a great endeavor, a great recording. Lots of things happened, but it was such a great band experience. Everybody was cohesively, creatively, involved in it. And lots of live spontaneity and just great performances. So, and we did this, over a year ago. So for now, finally, people to hear this, because we knew we had something, right? But now it's out, and to get the, the positive response and the reviews all over the world and everything, we're really happy about it.
You mentioned a couple of things in your statement just now. Like you said, there's a cohesiveness within the band at this point. This is the third record with Todd La Torre on the Vox, and it kind of seems like, there was those group of people who had a hard time with the transition. But now it kind of seems like people are kind of saying, okay, you know what? I'm fine with that being part of the past, and now I'm ready to accept and love Queensryche as they are now.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been the rebuilding process, actually, that we've been going through for the last 7 years, and it's great that, the people are there for us, and they're wanting to hear the new music, and they want to hear it with the old music, and that's what we're doing on this tour, and it's going so great, and of course, you're always going to run into fans that are so passionate about a certain decade of music, and we've been around for a few decades, right? But since the 7 years we've had with Todd and everything, I mean, we've really just, gone crazy around the world and touring and rebuilding, and hey, if it's not your cup of tea, move on. But, we've got a huge Queensryche Army out there that's supporting this band, so we're having fun. You know what? Come see a live show and we'll show you,
And I have to tell you, when I heard The Verdict, I said, oh my God, Todd is sounding better than ever on this record. Sounds amazing on this record.
Right, and it's just a growing, as musicians, and the evolution of Queensryche, and it's just, everybody has been consumed by the Queensryche machine, right? And it's like they're just, we just feel really comfortable with each other, and lots of great ideas coming from every band member, and we're excited for the next album, whenever we can get that out. So that's just, plenty of great things happening with Queensryche right now.
And I think for true fans and people out there who've been keeping up with the band, they know that Scott is on hiatus right now from the band, and it's kind of ironic that with he's out, you guys are putting forth this great effort. And Todd did the drums on this record as a long-standing drummer himself and vocalist, but how did that help kind of the writing process? Obviously, if he's drumming and, writing some melodies, and how did that kind of help shape the material, kind of help it more seamlessly flow in the writing process? Did that really help a lot?
Oh, I think it helped immensely because, when we went into the pre-production, we had the demos, and basically the demos had to be written from the ground up just because of the drums.
Right.
So I think that is what, brought everybody's ideas, cohesively into the writing process, and the spontaneity, on-the-spot recordings, and just, a great effort by everyone. And, it was great that everybody could be a part of that, even the drums, and, everybody go away with a big smile on their face.
I think also too, speaking of everybody contributing to this record, I saw that Parker even wrote a track all by himself, the Dark Reverie. That's one of my favorite songs too.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I mean, you've got songs and lyrics, written by band members, and whatever the song needs, right? Whatever the song takes, because it's about the song, right? It's always been that way for Queensryche. We build them. And we put lots of depth into them because we know our fans love to listen to music on headphones and listen over and over and hear different things. But also, this album has, an injection of some adrenaline,
Yeah.
There's some songs that hit you in the face, right?
This one came out at the beginning of this month, and the last one came out, Human Condition came out like in 2015. It's been a little while.
Yeah, well, we've toured, 3.5 years on Condition Human.
Yeah.
And, you get the phone call from the record company, and it's like, okay, I think it's time to put out another album.
Right.
And so we had to get that together. And, but, as Eddie and I get a little older, it's like, maybe the next one's going to be 2 years, okay? We want to get as much music out as possible.
Sure. Do you kind of feel, and I guess, as you bring that up, I want to talk about the longevity of the band, but as we reach this tenure in our lives, do you think about kind of the legacy and kind of trying to get music out there? Because once it's recorded, it's forever. Do you think about those things, obviously?
Queensryche has never really thought about anything outside of what we're doing. We're not ones to follow a trend.
Yeah.
We're not ones to try and repeat ourselves. We keep it real, It's just whatever inspires you to write, whether it's a riff in your head, whether it's a lyric, whether it's a drum beat, it's whatever. Everybody in the band is so psyched to just work on music, and to have that, ability, and just, respect the music and write it,
Right.
And we've been doing this, or I've been doing this, for so long now, so it's, I can see when the band's really clicking, and there's a lot of energy in the band, and creatively, everything's pretty kick-ass right now.
Obviously, a lot of those back-end relationships within the band, things that people don't see, are very, very important.
Yeah, and it's, being in a band with all these guys, everybody thinks it's a piece of cake. It's not easy, It's people change as they grow, and they want to go in different directions and do different things, and so, it's you're right. People don't understand what goes behind the business. There's a lot of stuff that we deal with that, is better left, kept behind those doors.
Sure. Condition Human was produced by Chris Zeus Harris, and you brought him back for The Verdict. What do you like about working with him? What does he bring into the recording of the record?
Well, Zeus, he knows how Queensryche should sound. He really loves the old albums and the way that we wrote music back then. And, plus now we have just a relationship with him that, he knows how to get the best performance out of us, And plus, he's the guy that kind of makes the final decision when we're at each other's throats going, we want it this way, we want it that way, So,
Turn up the guitar!
Yeah, exactly.
In the mix.
So, but he's a great producer,
Cool.
And sharp ears, just really attuned, and loves, recording Queensryche.
Yeah. If you can, Michael, share a little bit about some of the lyrical themes with regards to the verdict. Obviously, you have the Grim Reaper guy on the cover, and you know, I can, from some of the titles in the songs, you can hear some ominous things going on in there. Can you share a little bit about what some of these songs might reflect or say?
Sure. I mean, it's, you know, when we write music, obviously we write about, you know, what we experience in the world and what we see and what we feel like writing about. You know, whether it's, we have a song that's, you know, kind of touches on the Syrian war. We have a song that deals with PTSD. We have songs that deal with inner turmoil in the mind and coming back to life, you know, and relationships, you know, and it just runs the gamut of what everybody's, you know, feeling at that moment when we're writing. And you know, it's the verdict is there's kind of this creative thread that goes through them all and kind of links them lyrically, musically, you know, the music key and how the whole album flows. We still, when we record, we still view it as a record.
Yeah.
You know, like
a holistic piece.
Yeah,
of work.
like you're supposed to play it from the beginning to end. And even when we visualize, we still visualize a record, not a CD or a little, you know, you know, JPEG on Amazon or something. You know, it's like, so, you know, and that's just how we do it. It's fun. You know, we're old school, but we've got an edge now. Yeah. I think. You know, just seeing our attendance. I mean, it's so many young kids as well as the old school, you know. Get guys, you know, like the last show, hey, I've been there since the EP, you know, I've been there since '84, you know. We got new kids that are 15 years old that just go, you know, I like the new edge of the band, you know, and it's really great to see, you know, so much musical passion in the people that are coming to the shows and talking to them.
Killer. For all you people out there who have not yet picked up the latest from the band, again, it's called The Verdict, out on Century Media Records. Just came out at the beginning of this month, so be sure to go find a vinyl if you can. If not, go to Amazon and download it or somewhere. Buy it somewhere. It's all on all music outlets online. So, Michael, you guys started this tour earlier this month. How exciting has it been to be playing these songs live now for the fans?
Oh, it's great. You know, we made a conscious effort now to mix the old with the new. Good. So, you know, if you want to hear the hits, they're in there. But if you want to hear the new Queensryche, that's in the set as well.
The old ones for the dad and the new ones for the younger ones and the dad. Yeah.
Whatever works, right? Yeah. But yeah, it's the new songs are super fun to play live. Cool. They're challenging, actually. Oh, okay. And you know, we're just having a great time with this tour.
You guys have Fate's Warning on this little run, which is cool. A lot of relations there with that band, especially with Ray. But what does the summer hold for the band, and what does the rest of 2019 hold for the band?
We're booked through the tour. We're doing a lot of stuff overseas. The summer, we're hitting all the festivals over in Europe. And then in the fall, we're hitting the Mega Cruise with Megadeth.
Ooh, cool. Cool.
You know that, and then we're going back to Europe again and doing a ground tour, and then that kind of puts us into December, and then I think we're just going to start the whole process again in January 2020. So we're you know, it's a variety of different touring, you know, from ground tours to being overseas, touring, and you know, even doing the weekend stuff, you know, to festivals here in the U.S. or whatever. So, but it's great that, you know, we're doing this and people want to hear us.
Yeah. So do you anticipate being on the road 2-3 years again?
Yeah, we'll be on the road 2 to 3 years, but I want to get started on another record.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I kind of heard that you guys don't do a lot of writing on the road, though. Is that true?
It's pretty hectic out here, you know, but there's some moments where you have time to yourself and you can put down some ideas,
Yeah.
but not many. It's not like it was 10 years ago. So things have changed a lot. Everything's more fast paced, and and it's like gotta be here, gotta do this, gotta do that, and it's but we'll lo and behold, the ideas will come. Everybody in this band is very creative right now,
Cool.
and they have lots of ideas.
Cool. You mentioned a song that had to deal with the Syrian war, and some of you out there may have seen the video for Blood of the Levant, that's the track. Cool video, a very cool video. I remember the first time I saw it, and I saw the kid spray painting. I didn't know what he was doing, but and then I saw the whole premise of the video. For some of those people out there, share a little bit. Do you like doing videos? Because that looked like a big kind of production video.
Yeah, I mean that was a lot of fun. Yeah, we were out in the desert, and on this guy's property and filming and doing. The fans really want to see us in the videos.
Sure.
So this time we wanted to get some kick-ass live performances in there, and this was in El Paso.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So. And it was just this property with all, I guess movies had been done there,
Okay.
so, we got to experience that and everything.
Did you knock it out in one day, or did it take more than one day?
That was one day, and then the next day we did a video, which is coming out next week.
Yeah.
It's called Light Years,
Yeah.
and that was filmed in
Around
that
the same
same
time.
week.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, and that's really cool too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you view it.
Cool,
You
cool.
can check that out when it comes out. But that's coming out the
25th, yeah.
25th of March. But check it out. It's a badass song.
Cool. I love that track too. It's one of my favorites. And as we get near the end of this interview, Michael, just another question or two. First of all, I think Queensrÿche is going on 38 years strong. Does that sound right? As far as a career?
Yeah, we're 37, so
okay.
but we can say getting closer to 38.
When you think about the longevity of Queensrÿche, as an original founding member of this band, did you ever kind of, does it astound you? Do you kind of sit back and say, I can't believe I'm still doing this with this band? Or did you always feel like, hey, this is something that we can continue until we can't play anymore or don't want to play anymore?
I'm always in the now and always moving forward.
Yeah.
But, when I stop back and think, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
That I've been doing this since I was, 19, 20 years old. And we don't have to go how old I am right now.
What a good life. What a good life. That's cool, man. That's great. I mean, there's crazy Queensrÿche fans here in San Antonio. I'm sure that as they are all over the country. And to still, I can't imagine how gratifying it is to have people who just love your band and love you too as a guitar player, and to watch you see you performing up there. It must be a really great experience.
Oh yeah, and we love our fans and supporters, and we're a band that listens to them. With all the multimedia in the world now, you're closer to the fans. And their opinions and everything, and some are cool. Some of them you just throw in the wastebasket. It's really just a great experience.
Yeah.
Especially the energy that comes off the stage, that goes to the fans and comes back to us. We feel that, and that's an amazing thing to still relish in this day and age.
Michael, any last words for your fans in Texas and around the world who will see this interview? Anything you want to share? Anything that I missed?
Oh, I think we've hit everything. But I just want to thank the fans for supporting Queensrÿche, and above and beyond that, most of all, supporting live music.
Thank you, sir. It's been my distinct pleasure to have you. You're a super cool dude, and that's what I like to see when I meet some of my favorite musicians. So thank you very much again. Remember, everyone out there, the brand new Queensrÿche is out there on the streets. Be sure to look for it. You saw the man, Michael Wilton, only right here on Rob's MetalWorks.